Hey YouTube, Adam here with My Spirit Lives On. I want to share with you some deep insights I have. If you can get what I'm about to share with you, you're going to be way ahead of the curve of other people who are still on their personal development journey or spiritual journey, if you want to call it that. It's one of the hardest lessons in life to accept and to learn. It really is, because there's a temptation to feel like you don't deserve this life has done you dirty, you didn't sign up for this. All that negative thought energy is actually false. One of the deepest lessons I'm learning, and before I even get into the deep part, I want to share wisdom from Tai Lopez. He's a business mentor online, and one of the things he says, he talks about there's a secret to living life, and that is playing life as a poker hand, as if it was the poker hand that you had always wanted to have. Let's just say you're playing a game of poker and you get the worst possible hand, like an offsuit 2, 3, 5, 6, 9 or something like that. It's like you would probably fold right away. But you know what you can also do? You can psych yourself up and bluff your way to victory. Could happen. Even if you got the worst possible hand, it's still physically possible for you to win at that game. Now let's apply that to life. You could have been given a really bad deal. Look at Tony Robbins, for instance, with growing up in a poor home. His mother tried to kill him. He had 4 different stepfathers. They refused charity. He was running to catch the bus. Look up Tony Robbins' story if you don't already know it. So, and look at him now, a billionaire who feeds millions of people every year around the world and helps humanity. Now, put your thoughts and feelings about those two business figures aside. Maybe you're still kind of stuck figuring things out. You do well to finish this whole video and just pay attention and listen. In the book of Isaiah, it's Old Testament of the Bible, it's written that God was speaking to someone, and God told them, before you were formed in your mother's belly in the womb, I knew you. God is telling you, I knew you before you were born, and I love you. And what's so beautiful is if you realize that we were known by God conscious energy before we were born, and you come from that. You're actually a little piece of God living in this body, figuring it out. Maybe for the first time you're figuring this out. You start to realize you actually picked the life you're now living, with all the weird stuff going on, all the frustrations, all the noise in the background. We don't actually have much noise out here. All the people that have hurt you. You actually sign up for something called soul contracts. And I'm going to point you to a video. My very first interview on this NDE channel was with a man named Aaron Green. Aaron Green is a beautiful human being. He's working on a free book, and I started reading it. And actually, when he sent me an excerpt of it, I read it like 3 times the next day. It was that meaningful to me. And it gave me strength and a sense of fearlessness to press on in life, no matter how bad things get. So this may not even be easy to digest right now, but I can assure you, we signed up for these lives that we're now living. And it's so we could learn certain lessons. And in the cosmic perspective of time, our soul, our higher self, our perfect version of us, can see what we're going through now. And I'm telling you, that higher self wants you to do your best. And it wants you to succeed. And you can be that higher self every day. You just have to make the choice. And you will feel moments where your conscience, because you are consciousness, some people compare it to negative devil on one shoulder, positive angel on the other, whatever, you will feel the opportunity to be a better person and to do a better thing than what you first thought, or you'll be wavering with decisions and trying to figure out the best decision. But you need to act and make the best possible decision you can. And so the real main lesson here is accepting that you chose this life beforehand. The soul contracts is hard to grasp. So look at Dr. Sunshine Frost's interview as well as Aaron Green's interview. I'm going to post links to both of those below. So if you're on your journey and you're still watching, you made it this far, that's your next step. I would say watch Aaron Green first and then watch Dr. Sunshine Frost. And I really want to leave you with something Carol Vance told me, that like this is all a cosmic dream. And I want to leave you with one last thing. This is going to sound a little crazy, but I had an old roommate from Los Angeles, a guy named James Asdell. And he would sometimes tell me, no one can hurt you without God's permission. So if you're going through any suffering, just realize it's for a reason. And what can you learn from that? And are you learning to love and forgive and trust through that suffering? And of course, how can you extricate yourself from the suffering? You don't have to be in pain all day long. So I'm leaving this with you, not to confuse you or give you any woo-woo, but really to just help you boost your faith, boost your thought energy in a positive direction. All right? Make it a great day, my friends. If this really helped you out, please share it with someone else you think needs to hear it. And of course, I would love it if you'd be one of my new subscribers here on the channel. My spirit lives on. Make it a great day, friends. Peace.